Looks like you're going to get a double feature today. And this next story, it's one that kind of breaks your heart.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to my vidcast, Studio Jake, where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to support the channel, check out my locals page. The link is in the description. All right. So, when I was coming up sort of in conservative media and just learning my marketing trade, I remember there was this character who would appear on a specific show that involved that involved mugs, and that character was not gay Jared. He eventually left the show, and we find out his real name was Jared Monroe. Who knew? And he was definitely not gay. He is married to a woman, has several kids now, and he went dark for many years. Just fell off the radar. And recently, I saw an interview with him on the Blaze's Normal World where he did nothing but talk about his new company. He engaged in skits with the Normal World. Normal World is a comedy show. It's kind of like a comedy podcast, but they also do skits and interviews and stuff. And Jared was a guest that day, and they interviewed him the whole hour. And he's talking about his new company that he's developed with his brother and everything. It's really great. Well, just recently, Jared dropped a video where he humbled himself and was asking for help. Apparently, his former employer, he did not name this former employer. So, out of respect for what he did, I'm not going to name them. Change my mind on that. But Jared described how this former employer has been legally harassing him with all kinds of requests for appearances and with demands for um, his personal communications with his friends and family, and has been using an NDA so he can't reveal what went on. And he spoke in very vague terms, but basically said it was an incredibly toxic work environment, and this company is using his NDA as a method to keep him quiet. And he would like to speak out about what happened to him during his employment there. And I agree that that should be the case. I believe that unless it's protecting some sort of trade issue, so there's like a specific thing that needs to be kept secret because it could give more edge to the competition. It should not be made where people can't talk about their experiences in that certain entertainment company. And this has happened to me. While I did not have as bad of an experience as Jared is alleging he had in his video, I can tell you that some of my former employers are not the people that some would think they are, and that I too am under an NDA and can't discuss those things, at least not publicly, and it can only be very vague like Jared is. But, that's as an aside. This video isn't about me, it's about Jared. And Jared really humbled himself and asked for help. He started a GoFundMe because he needs help with his legal costs. Now, normally I don't do that. You'll very rarely see me push people's Indiegogo campaigns on my vidcast. I will sometimes on my website, but I felt that this is important because this is a First Amendment issue. NDAs that prevent you from talking about your past employment, that is a form of censoring you. And Jared is going to try to file a petition for the court since his former employer is demanding all of this ridiculous stuff, that he wants to do a counter filing where his NDA will be squashed. So he has a right to speak out. And I really hope that this comes through for him. Be sure to pray for him and his family, because they went through this when he first left the company, and now they're bringing it up again, and he's saying it's in retaliation to something that he did, and they're very angry about it, and so now they're going to try to drag him through the mud. And I think that that is despicable. I think it's hateful. I think that it's ridiculous. And I hope the best for Jared Monroe. I hope everything works out for him. And I wanted to share the link to his GoFundMe page. It's in the description. So definitely head on over and check it out. Consider donating. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I consider donating and helping Jared out. And I really hope that it all comes together for him. I hope that it works together. Jared, if by chance you ever see this video, just know that there are other people who have worked in the background at entertainment companies who have gone through similar experiences. Like I said, I've been through several toxic work environments. I worked for a company called Red Millennial that is no longer around, and the person who ran that was a very toxic person. Definitely tried to censor a lot of us writers. A bunch of us left. I actually went and worked for Red Alert Politics, RIP. I had a great experience at Red Alert Politics, by the way. They were fantastic. But that was not a Red Millennial. Now that it's dissolved, their website's now like a lifestyle blog. I can say that was not a fun experience. That was in a virtual office too, so everyone was away, but it was very unpleasant. And I don't have an NDA with them, so I can talk about that. Again, not to the level Jared is describing. I have worse stories with other companies. Maybe I'll get a chance to share them sometime. But this does happen, and NDAs are used as a weapon to attack employees, to keep them silent, to so they can't talk about the horribleness that they had to go through in their lives. So Jared, if you watch this video, you're not alone. There are those of us who have gone through similar experiences, maybe on a smaller scale, but we are praying for you, and we hope the best, and we hope that this all works out for you in the end.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die